Hi guys, it's Kelly Kunick, and I am actually attempting to do this vlog again. I tried it last week, but iMovie would not sync up, so I am actually trying it on Photo Booth. So yeah, who knew? We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm attempting a vlog for several reasons. Mostly though, there's two reasons. To give my hands a rest, which I'll get into in a second, and to kind of hone my video editing skills, which are not there, quite frankly. I don't have any. Or I do have some, they're just not that great. So I thought, hey, it's a great way to kill two birds with one stone. Now, why am I resting my hands? Okay, I am resting my hands because, as many of you know, I've been having wrist and hand issues. And it turns out they are carpal tunnel related. Because I'm on the computer all the time for work. So it got really bad, and it really started to hurt. And, it's my fault because I'm on the computer all the time for work, and I am not really ergonomically speaking. I have a laptop, so I'm kind of like doing my computer on the couch, at a coffee shop, at the library. My other job, I'm at a computer, so I'm always on the computer. I'm always online. And, I'm paying for it. So I went to the hand specialist, and, I also had trigger finger in my left hand, which you guys knew about. Anyway, I went back to the hand specialist who had given me that cortisone shot a few months back, and I said, listen, doctor, I think I have carpal tunnel syndrome. And he did some tests with my hands, just like flexibility wise and movement wise, and he said, yeah, I think you probably do too, but I really think we should look into neuropathy. And I said, well, doctor, I can see where you're coming from, but I really, really think this is carpal tunnel. And he said, yeah. But 30 plus years of diabetes, I think we should test you for neuropathy. And I really did see where he was coming from, but I just felt like I wasn't being listened to. He said to me, oh, look, there's worse things than having neuropathy in your hands. Let's just pray it's carpal tunnel. And that pissed me off because he really wasn't listening to me. But I agreed to the physical therapy, and I agreed to the nerve conductor tests, which they're not pleasant. So last week, I went and I had my nerve conductor test. And I have to tell you, for weeks before the test, for days before the test, it was keeping me up at night because I was scared. I kept thinking, what if it's neuropathy? How am I going to handle neuropathy in my hands? And of course, the diabetes guilt stretching back 35 years was just, in my head. I shoulda, woulda, coulda done better when I was younger with my diabetes. I should have done this. I should have tried that. But you know what? I did the best I could have done, like all of us. I did the best I could have done. I could do when I was diagnosed in the diabetes dark ages. We had no, meters or insulin pumps. We tested urine, which was just gross. And the first meters took 3 to 5 minutes. I think it was 5 minutes. Maybe it was 4 minutes, the first one. And they cost $300. And my family and I had to go to a pharmacy to actually learn how this meter worked. The diet back then was very restrictive. I did my best, and it was incredibly hard. Anyway, I went and I met Dr. Electrode. He's the doctor that actually administered the nerve conductor test. And we shook hands, and he said, oh, diabetes, 35 years. What's your A1C? And in my head, I'm like, oh, you're bald. What are you, like 40? Why are you bald? But I didn't say that. I said, oh, well, actually, I had my A1C done a few weeks ago, and I saw my endo, and he was thrilled because, even though it was 7.4, and I had expected it to be like 6.97, I'd had 2 rounds of steroids, one for a trigger finger and one for bronchitis. Thank you, Hurricane Sandy, for not allowing me to get my flu shot. But I just couldn't shake. And both really caused elevated blood sugars. And he was like, oh, no. What? 7.4, that's terrible. What, are you walking around with a blood sugar of 140 all the time? And I was like, seriously? Like, my endo is really happy with this, and I see where you're coming from, because I was really upset when it was 7.4. And my endo, the rockin' Dr. J, was like, Kelly, you're doing great. I'm really pleased. 7.4, you had the steroids. You're doing fabulous. And your labs were perfect. Which, I mean, I'm quoting. My labs were perfect, which I'm not, that's awesome. And he literally talked me down off my diabetes ledge. He said, be proud of what you've done. You've done so much. You're doing so good. This is nothing. It's going in the right direction. We're doing good. You do good. You're one of my best. Let's get you some insulin samples, which again is, it's another way to my heart. And so if my endocrinologist was pleased and happy, then I was going to be pleased and happy. And Dr. Electrode, you need to shut up. And I had to defend myself. And might I add, I had to defend myself as my arms and my forearms and my hands were just up and down with these electrodes. And this electric nerve conductor test, they basically shoot hundreds of volts of electricity into the different nerve points in your wrists, forearms, and hands. And then that information, how fast the electricity conducts to get to those nerves, is on a monitor. Okay, so usually when I go to any healthcare professional, anywhere actually, I always have a notebook. I'm always taking notes. And I was unable to do that because, hello. My hands were just being shot up with electricity. And I was also being lectured and yelled at. And I was also trying to take in everything, because he'd yell at me and then he'd be like, oh, okay, that's your radial nerve, and and your A1C, I really think it should be like 7. Oh, whatever. I mean, he was splitting his focus too, and I was infuriated. And it made me feel terrible. Because I was scared. I was really scared. And I was by myself, and I was nervous, and I didn't need to be lectured. Here's the thing. If I did have neuropathy, I didn't need a lecture. I needed compassion, I needed understanding, and I needed a game plan. And luckily for me, I do not have neuropathy. And I feel really blessed and incredibly, incredibly lucky. But I still need compassion. I still need understanding. And I still need a game plan. So I can stop having to wear these beautiful wrist devices when I type and having to go to physical therapy. And so I can get back to doing what I do all the time. I didn't need to be lectured, and I didn't appreciate it. And diabetes is hard. And you can do your best and still have issues. And you can do your best and not have issues. It's a crapshoot. And I have friends. I have very wonderful, good friends who have neuropathy. And don't you dare judge them, healthcare professional, because they work hard and they try and they never get a break. And they do diabetes 24/7, 365 days a year. And you know what? We all do our best. None of us gets a break. Technology has changed. It's made our disease easier, but it's still, in some regards, technology has made our disease easier. But we try our best and we do our best, and sometimes things happen. Complications happen. And I'm bringing that up because you must go over to sweetlyvoiced.com, which is a wonderful, wonderful blog written by Melissa. And I would actually like flash the name of the blog up on the screen, but I don't know how to do that in Photo Booth. So she has a beautiful piece on complication, on the word complication and what it means to people with diabetes. And it's stunning. So please, sweetlyvoiced.com. It's beautiful. Anyway, I left that doctor when I should have been happy, infuriated and mad and angry. And frustrated. And I don't want anyone else to ever have to go through that. So, I mean, me, Miss Big Mouth, feeling that way, I can imagine how other people would feel. You know, we do our best and we should be proud of it. And we try our best. And healthcare professionals, there's a time and a place to dole out advice. And we appreciate it. But nobody likes to be lectured to. Nobody, diabetes or not. So, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Talk with us and to us, not at us. We don't need that. We don't need it at all. Anyway, that is my blog post. It's my blog post for today. Said the girl who's working out of her house on Thursdays with these crazy hand things. And that's why I'm blogging. I'm giving my hands a rest. I'm communicating to you face to face and hopefully working on my vlog video skills. And hopefully something I said resonates and you didn't find this too taxing to watch. Anyway, that's it for now, and I will talk to you guys later. So, bye! Turning this off, and I can't see the